Right, we are in Russia this evening, just waiting for everybody to get up and about. Yes, it is the eSports series. We're on a track approximately 5.8 kilometers. There are 18 turns involved in this track, and let me tell you, Russia it is, and it's going to be a big one this evening. Hopefully you're joining us quite early. We're just waiting for the guys to get in to the lobby, and we'll be on our way. So just be a little bit patient with us. We are just assembling all the drivers to start this Grand Prix this evening here in Russia. It is the 4th of May, and it's going to be an absolute great one to watch this evening. As you can see, currently we have 14 drivers on the grid. I'm going to have in the box with me this evening, we're going to have Connor Young. He's going to be joining us this evening. I'm just waiting for him to also join the lobby, and he's going to be spectating this evening, and we're going to have an absolute ball this evening, and obviously we can't wait to get this show on the road this evening. So as you can see, the guys are lining up. They are going to be ready, and we'll be starting very, very soon.
Good evening, Derek.
Hey, good evening. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
All right, man. We're just getting everything on the go, and we'll be up and ready to drive what we're going to be doing this evening. I'm just looking to see if somebody has posted the... let me just have a look quickly before we get ourselves up going. 3 minutes. Yeah, the guys have already put themselves out there. Okay, that's an interesting one. I'll have to do some changes. Yeah, there it is. For some strange reason, I did change it this afternoon, but it didn't work.
Test.
Okay, so just to let you know, we are waiting for some individuals. That's the reason why we're starting a little bit late. I definitely was, I just had a meeting, so I was going to be late anyway, but I see some of the guys still coming on track or on board with us this evening. Some of you may be asking, why is Connor Young not racing this evening? Well, Connor's in the box with me this evening. I think he'll be able to give you a little bit of background. And Connor, you in? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I'm here. Yeah, just basically having technical issues with my setup. So not able to race, but look forward to watching the guys. It looks like there are a lot of quick drivers here tonight. Quite a decent track, good overtaking. So yeah, hopefully we can see some good overtakes, some good racing.
Yeah, and I mean, last week you were actually involved in an incident, obviously with the driver of Renault. He has received a penalty. He has a quali penalty because he could not provide footage. Some of the guys obviously asking us, what do we do when we do penalties and how does the system work? Well, basically, all of our drivers are required to record their racing, and then if there is any incidents, they are requested by the stewards to actually send that through for a overview, and then obviously decisions are made by the stewards based on the footage. If you do not send any of the footage through, then obviously that does create a bit of a problem. I see already my colleague is sending me information through just to check, so I'll just quickly check that is correct. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, it was the situation with me and Diki was not too bad. I think Diki just missed his braking point, locked up, and landed up hitting me. I left him space, but it was just a mistake. He apologized to me afterwards. It was all good. So yeah, look forward to seeing him coming from the back. He's got some pace, so hopefully he can do a good job tonight.
Yeah, and he's actually going to be joined by a new driver, Lee van Rooyen, obviously not continuing his drive with Renault, and Nor Raider is actually coming in to take over that seat. Now, right from the beginning, Nor said that he was going to take a break for Season 8. He's now decided he's going to be coming in, so he's going to be sitting in the seat next to Dinky. So I think it's going to be a really strong team in the Renault team for the rest of the season.
Of course, I mean it's similar to the Ricardo Ocon situation for 2020. You got two drivers with hellish pace, and obviously Tarsen, Neuraider, he's got a point to prove. I think he mentally was out of it for a couple of weeks, but in terms of raw pace, there's no one faster. So I think that he wants to prove a point tonight, and he wants to prove a point for the rest of the season. So I think the Renault car for him is going to be a great car, and we're going to see some good overtakings in that.
Well, I think we got to be careful, because not Kimmy Sevens listening in probably. And I mean, already I saw the gauntlet put down for a challenge already on Nor Raider last season. So we're going to be, it's going to be an interesting one to see what's going to be happening there.
Yes, not Kimmy, unbelievable pace. I've been behind him smelling his gearbox a couple of times, and he's a very, very fast driver. He seems like he's got a very cool head as well. Yeah, look forward to seeing what he can do in the racing point.
Yeah, then we had Zardi 44. Now Zardi 44, he's also on a ban, so he's got a quali band that he has to uphold. So they are in the race, but they're not allowed to go out onto the track, and they have to basically sit back and start at the back of the grid. So we've got two drivers starting at the back of the grid and not able to put on times. Nesmax7 is back as well. He's in the Red Bull Racing. Couldn't make it last week. So, yeah, also another quick driver. Sorry, you said something there, Connor. I'd lost you there for a second.
No, just commenting on Nismax. I know he's a very quick driver, good guy to have in the race. So, yeah. Looking forward to watching the whole race and seeing some excellent battles.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm just going to signal off to the guys, let's go. Sometimes I'm chatting away and we're just waiting for the guys to go. But it looks as though we were waiting for some drivers. It looks as though they're all in. I don't know if there's anything more. What do you mean wrong track? Oh my goodness.
I think, yeah, Italy is selected at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know why, man. Jeez, like I thought I had put it away. What the heck's going on here? I don't know why it actually jumped. And I had the right track selected. So guys, sorry for that. I do apologize. And I actually saved it as well. So I don't know what the heck is going on this evening. Nobody's saying anything to me. You know, they're all just watching me as the spectator. Are we going to be doing this now correctly? Is everything in? Just a quick overview. Just check there. Formula 1 cars, no practice. 18 minutes for the short quali. Practice is 50. Equal. Qualifying grid, obviously. Safety car on. Collisions on. Full damage. Weather dynamic. That's on. Corner is yes, that's correct. Setup full, everything's done. The guys are giving me the thumbs up, so we should be going.
Everything looks good to go.
Everything looks good to go. 28 seconds to count down, and we're ready to drive, ladies and gentlemen. Ready to get this show on the road. Sorry for the delay. Obviously, I didn't see that it had kicked back to Italy. But yes, Russia is definitely on the cards this evening. A very technical track, 5.8 kilometers, 18 turns around this track. And I can tell you now, we don't quite know what the weather conditions are going to be like. So hopefully the guys can give us an indication on track once they're in the pits, just to give us a little bit of a shout out and let us know what the conditions are going to be like this evening.
Yes, we need to make contact with our weatherman and find out what's going to be happening on track today. I'm secretly hoping for a clean, dry race.
I think so is everybody. So is everybody. They're all looking for that clean, nice, easy, especially this track. It's very, very quick, and I think that's what they'll be looking for this evening.
Yeah, I've taken a look at some of the setups that some of the guys are using. You know, a lot of people with a low front wing, a little bit of a higher back wing. You know, 3.6. Some people doing 4.6, others doing 2.4. So a lot of speed here, and I think we'll be seeing some late lunges and some close battles.
So yeah, 15 drivers out there this afternoon. And let's have a look and see. Already it looks as though Jose is coming out in the Mercedes-Benz. So we'll be checking out what he's going to be doing this evening.
Obviously the Mercedes have a very, very, very good record here. You know, 8 wins as constructors, with Lewis Hamilton taking 4 wins at Russia.
Yep.
So hopefully Jose can make a little impact in the Mercedes here.
Yeah, I think obviously the guys, and we know how serious our drivers take F1. And, you know, this is a passion for them as well. And what an opportunity to to have some feel. I had a lengthy discussion with Springbok Gamer this week, and we were just talking about simulators and obviously the feel of the simulator and what actually it feels like out there, and especially the guys that have got rigs. What rig do you have, Connor?
For me at the moment, I'm running a Logitech G29, very basic rig. I have not finalized my setup yet, but some of the guys here, I know some guys are on controller and some guys have more serious setups. So, I mean, look, on a track like this, controller or the wheel, it doesn't matter. You just need raw speed to get a podium.
Yeah, I think a lot of individuals are going to be. I mean, this is probably the most technical part that we're actually seeing right now. If you're on with Jose, is this particular last section as we're coming through in the Mercedes-Benz right through to start finish is going to be coming up in a couple of seconds now. This is the pit entry, and then there's corner number 18, and then there's corner number 18, should I say, and then straight through to start finish. I mean, that's probably where it's all going to be happening this evening.
For sure. It's a heavy braking zone into turn 14. You've got that right-hander, which goes into 15 with the left, and then 16 and 17 is a very interesting corner because it's got negative camber, so it's all about your trail braking there and how pointed you can get the car into that apex. And you know, a lot of time to be found there, but a lot of time to be lost there too. So the drivers tonight have to be very wary of what's going on at that point of the track.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're hoping for weather conditions to be perfect, as mentioned. I think what we need to do is maybe see if somebody can just answer us on the stream. I'm battling to load the stream at the moment because I'm running everything besides the space. Yeah, okay, there we go. So a lot of guys obviously thinking about giving us some information. How are the weather conditions? If somebody can just give us a nice bit of an indication. I'm looking down at the chat section now to see if somebody's going to give us an answer. Okay, there we go. Ben Bester, greetings from East London. Looking forward to a good race. Thank you very much, Ben. I think everybody is at the moment. We're going to be having a look there. Our CL Foss is on there. TMB Muna, yes, the motherland, Russia. Oh, is it not the motherland? Yes, you're quite correct. It is. I did change that up. Then obviously, Weza, yeah, my teammate. I don't know at the moment. Where is your teammate? Yes. He's had to park it off in the garage because of a little bit of an issue we had, and I can see old Raider has already commented. Connor, he says good commentary, love it. So that's also good to see there. Obviously, what do you think the strategies? I think one of the guys are asking about the strategy. Connor, what's your point of view on the strategy? What do you think they're going to be doing? Connor, you there? Have I lost Connor? Yeah, so we're just checking things up. Obviously, we want to check what's going on. Just having a chat with, at the moment, I've got Connor Young, who's joined us in the commentary box this evening. His setup is obviously not functioning at the moment. That's why he's decided he didn't want to race with a controller, and he decided this evening to be on board in the commentary box with myself. So I'm glad to have somebody with me in the commentary box and bringing you the action here this evening. Also, just to give you an update on 10 minutes to go, just over 10 minutes to go. And it looks as though Jose has just put on a 133.047, as well as not Kimmy has put on a 133.237. And Emmy Alonso, he's obviously just come in there as well at a 133.571. So the guys putting it in, making sure they're going to be getting those numbers down. Nice to see Gav Pig in, and he's partnershiping with Nesmax this evening. Matthew Jeffries, what do you guys think about the predict the strategy is going to be? And I hear that Connor's back in. I don't know if you heard me, Connor. I said, what do you think the strategy is going to be? It is one of the guys have asked us on the stream, what do you think the strategy is going to be this evening?
That's a tough one to figure out. Obviously, it's going to depend on safety cars, but it looks like a lot of the guys are going to be starting on softs to get the edge in the beginning. But I think a medium start might be favorable for this track, especially with the chaotic start with that long straight. So I guess we're just going to see a different array of strategies, and hopefully we can see some close racing and guys on the same sort of tires, so that everything is nice and close. And yeah, looking forward to this one. As you can see, the Mercedes is sitting on provisional pole right now with a 133.047, closely followed by Not Kimmy. Obviously the pace is going to increase as the session goes on. 9 minutes left. Guys like Neuraider, Not Kimmy, Imi Alonso are all going to be looking for that pole position to start, so that they can get that inside line turning into turn one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're not driving this evening, but I mean, what would your strategy be in the pits right now if you're sitting there? What are you looking for, and what do you sort of put your mindset? Are you looking at the screen? Are you watching what the guys are doing? Are you looking at what the qualies are happening and who's where? I mean, you obviously know your pace, you know what you're up to. What is your strategy? What would be your strategy at this point in time?
For me at this point in time, I think my pace is not as good as it should be, or not as good as it was or has been in the past. But for me, I would kind of just see what what the top guys are on, and kind of just try to do an opposite strategy to those guys. I think focusing on your own race is the most important thing here, because we will undoubtedly see a safety car. It's just it's been a trend amongst the last races to see quite a few safety cars, especially guys running with no assists. So for me, I would probably look to a medium strategy, and then depending on safety cars, you can jump to the softs depending mid-race. Also depends on your fuel load, but for me, I like doing late charges. I like to have a light car with softer tires, so that towards the end of the race you can make all of your overtakes and kind of take advantage of the chaos of what has unfolded throughout the race. So I think it's just going to depend on the individual. But what I would think is, see, there we go, we got Imi Alonso 132.5. See, the times are starting to go down now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously on the softs at the moment, so the guys are really looking to come back in a big way. And I mean, there we go. That's almost a 132.518, and the very nice time in that McLaren, and really setting the pace now. I think the gauntlet sit down. This is what I'm prepared to do. What are you guys prepared to do? Maybe the guys on the stream would like to actually just put something up there and tell us exactly what time they think is going to be the qualifying time for this evening.
Well, to put it into perspective, 2019 Russia, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Charles Leclerc was on pole position with a 131.6, if I'm not mistaken. It was around a 130, low 130, 131.6. So the quicker guys, you know, touching on 132, I think that's where it's going to be at. If anyone can get into the 131s, I think that'll be very impressive. As I said, you know, turns 16, 17, and 18, a lot of time to be found there. You go on board with Springbok Gamer. He's going into the pits now. But yeah, as you can see, 132, it's a good lap, a good standard set, and I'm sure people are going to be eyeing that time and looking to beat it.
Yeah, I think the strategy would be they're probably looking. Do you think they're going to be making changes to the setup at the moment? Do you think they'll have a look and say, okay, well, maybe if I make this adjustment, I can go quicker? I mean, you were talking about the height of the car. We were talking about, obviously, where the braking would be. I mean, most of us know, you know, you've got a particular panel where you can do some adjustments to the car. Do you think they're going to be doing that right now?
I think most people know their pace on this track. Most people put in the hours. Most people know exactly where the limit is, and it's just all about who has that BMT, you know, that big match temperament, and who can optimally get to as fast as they can for each individual. So I think minor changes, maybe guys testing the waters, maybe dropping their wings, but I think overall people have their setups in place, and they're going to follow that and just see how much they can extract out of the car.
Yeah, I think obviously there. Oh, Quinton's come on. Quinton, I love this, man. You know, SAF won, so it's obviously South African. Quinton, obviously, I spoke to him this week as well. He's just put up there, hey guys, swapping the wheel for the microphone. I see. Keep it up, Connor. My McLaren team mate on Tuesday night, he says. Looking forward to this race, he says. I don't know if you're also going through. So
he's my beloved teammate for McLaren. Very, very quick driver. Very, very nice guy as well. And he seems to be supporting most of the races. I'm sure he's a little bit disappointed that I'm not racing, but unfortunately I can't get involved for the foreseeable future.
Yeah,
but
well,
it's going to be some good time off.
Okay, so from a technical aspect, have you had some advice, or what's actually the problem? Do we know what the problem is?
I think that's just that's my own issue. I think we can move past that.
Okay, all right, no, that's fine.
let's just focus on the race, and let's see what's going to happen here. As you can see, Neuraider 132.3. So he's starting to dip very, very close to the 132 flat. Yep, and I'm on board with them at the moment.
Yep, carry on, because I just wanted to say Quinton's just put up there. He put up a 132.7, and that's just been smashed. So now he did put up a 131.9 for pole here this evening. We've got a number of other individuals which I think you've already seen. They've come down quite severely to the 132s now. Guys, can you change the setup during the quali after the non-Parkham rule? No.
You can't make any changes. Park firmware rules are in place, but there are minor changes you can make. You know, you can change your brake bias, you can change your differential, and you can change your front wing. So most guys will be sticking to their original setups, you know, the ones that they are accustomed to for this track.
Yep.
I think now would be a good time to go on board with Emi Alonso, who's on his hot lap now, going into turn 3.
I am actually on board with him at the moment as he's coming in. So Emi Alonso at the moment.
What's very he looks like he's backed out.
Yeah, he has.
We could switch our attention now to Not Kimmy, who is prepping for his hot lap. He's obviously got a big point to prove in catching Neuraider 132.371. So let's watch Not Kimmy. Let's see if he can get a pole position here.
Yeah, we're on board with him at the moment. So let's see. We've got 1 minute 37 seconds. So he's going to put the gauntlet down right now to see if he can come back. And
I can take you on a lap with him if you would like.
There you go. Let's do it.
Turn 1, obviously you got to maximize the exit there and maximize the curb on the entry. Obviously sticking tight to the left here is advisable. Runs a little bit wide, but you can see his momentum is good. Not Kimi riding the curves excellently. I must say, racing with Not Kimi has got a very, very smooth driving style. Into the second DRS zone now. Just touching on 330 k's an hour into a heavy braking zone, and then we'll enter the part of the track that we see as the most technical. Going into 16, leaves it a little bit late, but turns and gets good curbage there. And there we go, Stradiza 132.350. What's Not Kimi gonna go for? And it looks like he might be going on another hot lap.
Yeah,
he's got some
time.
ERS left.
Yep.
But at the moment, Stradiza, am I saying it right? Stradiza?
Yeah, I just say Jose because that's his name. Jose really put on a fantastic time there to come back in a big way. I think Not Kimi just pulled out there. He's going to settle for fourth at the moment. He realized he just pushed it a little bit wide, I think, on that particular sector. But you did mention very smooth. Now, what you may not know is Not Kimi actually drives on both. He drives with a controller and he also drives on a wheel. I never know when he's driving on a wheel, and I never know when he's driving on a controller because they're quite similar in both styles, to be honest with you. So, yeah, nice to see that he is driving this evening, and he's obviously got a point to prove because he's looking to at least take the championship this year. And there are some hidden gems looking back. If I look down the line there, you've got Nesmax, also a Formula winner here at the South African Academy Online Racing. And we've got a couple of new guys in, so don't be too stressed if you haven't seen your guys out. And I'm talking about number 14 and 15 at the moment, which is Dinky and Zadi. They had quali bans due to certain footages that were not put through, but don't take anything away from those gentlemen. They are obviously recording their stuff this evening. We've got just under a minute to go. Then I'm going to let Connor do the rundown on the times for you as soon as we get in there. And then obviously we're going to watch out what is going on.
There we go. Everyone seems to have crossed the line. We're on board with Weza S there now, a good 7th. Let me tell you, for Not Kimi, a 4th place is not a bad place to start on a track like this. So running down the order, Jose with an almighty 132.350, obviously closely followed by Neuraider. There we have Emi Alonso starting in 3rd. He's going to want to make a good move into turn 1 to stamp his authority. We have Not Kimi in 4th with a 132.703, which is also not a bad place to start. Then we run down the order from 5th. We have Nizmax, 6th, Vino, 7th, Weza, 8th, we have Gavpig, 9th, we have Tinahan, and 10th, Fox Limitless. So, I mean, if you see the top 5 there, not much time separated from them, so we should see some good racing tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be a good one to watch this evening. Thanks for joining us. If you are on the stream at the moment, thank you very much for all the support. We definitely are wanting to make a difference on online racing in South Africa. and we just want to appreciate the time that you're taking out to watch these drivers perform their skill around this track this evening. And obviously there are a number of other leagues that I must just mention. Midweek racing, Tuesday night, that's all happening down there. And then obviously Friday nights we've got T&B racing that's happening. We've also got the guys from SAAOLR very much involved in racing. We've had a big response to the guys looking at the charity, the PC racing format. A lot of that happening at the moment. So, yeah, just big up to all of those guys as well. I'm just going to take us out and give us an overview of where we are. What I will do already is just make sure that we've got the stuff on and ready to go when it comes to the tire conditions, and just obviously give an indication of where we are on the tires. So most of them opting for the softs, and if I look down there, we've got I think it's Tina Hen. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but hopefully one of the guys will tell us what's going on there. Tina Hen is obviously he's doing quite nicely there. He's going to be on the mediums. Foss is on the mediums. Carter Boy is on the mediums, and the rest of them are on the super soft. So we're going to be watching very carefully what's going to be happening this evening when it comes to a 27 lap race. Remember, this is one of the big laps around on the Formula One circuits here in Russia. It's a 5.8 kilometer lap. So it is one of the big ones. So obviously we get less laps, but yeah, we'll have a look and see what's going on there.
Yes, 5.8 kilometers of pure racing, 19 turns. I think it's going to be a goodie. As you can see, Jose getting quite close to the start line here. He doesn't seem to be backing anyone up too much, so I don't think he's worried too much about his start or his tires. Everyone seems to be around him on the softs. Tinahin is the only one that seems to be on mediums in the top 10. It seems like it's a better choice for the guys to be on a bit of a harder tire starting from the back, you know. Pace is not always needed in the beginning. Sometimes it's just needed to avoid the carnage. But here we go. Everyone seems to be lining up now.
Yeah, I think if I look at Zadi as well as Dinky, I mean, they put on the softs. I think they want to make sure that they get the grip and get out in front as soon as they can. I think that's their strategy. As we go up to the front, I'm trying to see what's going on at the moment.
And away we go. It's still hold.
Yeah, we got a delay, and as we're going off, we're taking off at the moment. As you can see, coming into turn, it is the Mercedes-Benz. That's Jose, just followed behind him. Is Nor Raider in the Renault at the moment as we're coming down. You can see the McLaren's quite tucked up, as well as Race Point looking to see if they can get in a little bit wide there. But as you can see, McLaren also in that fourth position place coming through now is obviously the Mercedes-Benz just up there. Let me just go down quickly. We've got Vino Ferrell in the Ferrari, who's sitting back in fifth place, but it is something to watch as we're coming down now, all perfectly trying to get through without any incidences, and really well done. It looks as though Nesmax is going up, but now we have Dinky coming down, so he's pushed through and come through the field into 9th position, down from 15th place at the moment. Obviously Tina Hin, he's dropped back dramatically down into 15th place. Foss is in the 14th place at the moment. The Carter Boy 45 in 13th as we take it away. Gav going up above Springbok Game at the moment, so really it seems as though
Zadi misses his breaking point.
As he missed it,
going into Gavin.
Gavin.
I don't know if there's any damage there. Let me see if I can see.
Oh.
It looks like Gavin has got a damaged end plate, which is not good for him. It looks like bad luck is just following him everywhere. But just to highlight there, we had a great start by Jose. Absolutely mega start. He got a second on everyone behind him, and not Kimi as well. I was on board for his start, and wow, he navigated the field really, really well there with a full fuel tank that is full. So good job for him. But safety car is obviously in now. Let's see what people do with the pitting. Let's see if anyone's going to drop onto those mediums.
So basically we have two Haas's in. Zina Hardy is in, he's changed there. We've obviously got Dinky, he's also in there. Unfortunately, Tina Hen is out of this one. He did not, it says did not finish. I didn't actually see the incident, unfortunately. But I'm obviously looking, maybe he could give us an indication of what actually happened there. But it did seem that somebody had missed their braking point, and obviously it came to an absolute halt as we came through that particular section. Just going up now behind the safety car at the moment, and really it did obviously affect this race at the moment. We're 2 laps in, safety cars out already, and obviously they're all lining up behind the safety car at the moment. And I think we need to just keep our eyes on the front bit at the moment, because we have obviously Jose Norraid in there, not Kimi 7 there, Emmy Alonso in 4th position, as well as Vino for real.
Yeah, at the end of that, it seems Gavin and Zardi did get damage. I think DKP might have been involved in something as well, but those are the 3 drivers who had to stop after that first lap. Tina Hin, I don't know what happened to him, but he seems to be out of the race. But again, just want to commend that start by Jose. It was an unbelievable start. I think he deserves to be in first right now. But do not blink, because we have 4, 5, 6, 7 very fast drivers behind him that are looking to make they're looking to prove their points. So let's see what happens.
Do you think there's going to be a strategy change at the moment due to the safety car? I see already a couple of guys going into the pits now. I don't know if you saw that. So basically,
Emmy Alonso, Vino's in the pits. We have Carter Boy 45 in the pits. Those guys dropping down now, but it seems like they're going to be opting for the mediums. Yes, they are. But the guys in the front who are currently on softs, they've got track position, and the tires are not worn too much, so I don't think that a stop is necessarily needed. I think track position, especially on this type of track, is definitely a priority. So I think all the guys in the top 5, top 6, they've made a good call not to go in. So let's see what happens. Hopefully the safety car will be in this lap, and we can see another race into turn 1.
Yeah, I think the guys that are putting on the hards now, I think they want to try and see if they can get their way through. I mean, if I look at Emmy Alonso now, he's just gone in and put on the harder compound. Obviously, we've got the track simulation temperature on as well, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. I've noticed that the guys battle a little bit when they put that harder compound on to actually get those tires up to temperature, and obviously get the best performance out of them.
And the reason for that is because for this track in general, you want sort of an increased tire pressure. You want to make sure your tires are not too soft, just because you're looking for a good combination between top speed and downforce. So those hard tires are a little bit of a mission to nurse, but if you get it right, they can be very, very good tires in this track. That even promotes a one stop. You could even do a one stop. Imi could go to the end now if he plays his cards right, but I think what Imi can do is race as far as he can and hope for a safety car and try to get onto a softer tire to have a nice late charge later on in the race.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of the guys are already coming through and saying, listen, guys, what are we going to do? Hope we're going to have a clean start. Obviously, some of the guys wanting to find out. Wimpy. Yeah, there we go. Hi, guys. Thanks, Wimpy. Hope you guys are doing well as well. Well, we hope you're doing well. Guys, the medium's in better position now.
Here we go. Safety car is in this lap.
So let's have a go.
We go on board with Jose. Let's see how he backs up the pack here. But we're going to have a very keen Kimi and a very keen Neuraider. So I'm going to go on board with Kimmy here and watch how this restart unfolds.
Yeah, I'm on board with Kimmy as well, just to have a look there. It seems as though he's sort of lost a little bit, guys, coming back. But let's have a look now. Obviously, whoa! That was so close. I don't know what happened there. No Raider hit there.
Oh, no Raider absolutely shunted from behind. I'm not too sure what happened there, but Kimmy might have just locked up a little bit and well, I'm not too sure because Weza was close by as well, so we'll have to see the footage after the race to see what happened there.
Yeah, I switched over because I wanted to sort of go back a little bit just to have a look and see what was going on. And
sorry, just to let you know, Nizmax following very, very close behind Weza SA here. Looks like he's trying to put a lot of pressure on him here. Fox Limitless following Nizmax 2, quite close. Gap is 5/10. I'm just trying to see if Neureder got any damage there. His end plates seem fine. So let's keep our eyes on him. He's obviously got huge amounts of pace that he wants to release. So I'm going to ride on board here with Neureder, 2/10 behind Vino. They're on the start straight, coming into turn 1. Vino for real quite close behind Zadi. Vino for real switches to the left side. He's opting for the inside. Zadi's not going to put up much of a fight, but Neureder on the inside of Zadi. He takes advantage of a fight between Vino. Neureder, what a move. Now Neureder following very close behind Vino. Neureder obviously on the softer tire. Vino's nursing those new mediums. So Neureder's going to have a little bit of an edge in the tire department here. Neureder constantly looking on the left and right side, constantly reminding Vino that he's on his tail. What Vino wants to do here is try hold Neureder up as much as he can, because obviously Vino's on a better tire, longevity-wise. Neureder gaining on Vino ever so slightly. Vino with a big lockup that allows Neureder to go right through. Good job, Neureder. Neureder up till 7th. Don't give up on Vino here, though. He's got a good position here, sitting right behind a quicker car. Exit out of turn 19 is obviously very important. He slumped back a little bit, but let's hope he can stay in that DRS range and take advantage of Neureder's pace. Looking up the field, in 4th place, Nizmax. Obviously wanting to get the jump on Weza. It looks like their pace is matched at the moment, both on same tires, 5 laps old. Nizmax pushing hard to try to get past Weza.
Yeah, just going on board with Nizmax at the moment. Obviously, as you mentioned, he's in 4th position, looking for that element to see if he can get past, and then just tightly tucking himself in. Going a little bit wide there, but we're just on board with him now. Obviously, 5 laps done on the Super Softs. He's sort of 600ths of a second behind Wes at the moment. So we'll see how that unfolds as we're going forward there. Very close racing, and knowing Jose, I mean, I've seen Jose race this track a number of times. He's very quick when it comes to Russia. So I'll be interested to see how it's all going to play out. Unfortunately, a huge incident, and it looks as though something's come off the front of a car there. I'm not too sure. It sounds as though...
Yeah, that was actually a little inside edge on the inside wall there for Nizmax. I'm not too sure if he damaged his end plate, but there we go. We have another yellow flag. Safety car deployed.
Safety car deployed.
Zardi was in the perfect place there to get into the pits. I think he might be nursing some front wing damage too. But let's just check Nizmax out, see if he's got any damage, because I know he clipped the inside wall there.
Yeah, I'm just having a look on the car at the moment, obviously to get the best possible view of this at the moment. There we go, in the front.
There we go, we can see some damage on Nizmax. His front right end plate is not looking too good. I think that was just a lapse of concentration, nothing too serious. So hopefully he can get a nice little wing change there under safety car and not lose too much time and continue his charge.
Yeah, the right side, as you said, is a bit of that fin missing. But we'll see him going in at the moment as he's being followed quite closely by Fox Limitless at the moment. Nor Raider moved up now. He's in 6th position. Obviously, there's no overtaking it under the safety car. But I think it's going to give them an opportunity to get up close and personal. And then obviously then deliver on that pounce. As we see them all now starting to back up behind the safety car.
Yeah, it's an interesting looking field there right now. In first, we have Jose running close second, also going into the pit out of safety car. We got Kimi, Wes in third, Nizmax in fourth with a little bit of damage. We have Fox Limitless following close behind. I think most people now are going into the pits. No Raider as well. The very tricky pit entry here at Russia. Catches me out sometimes, I won't lie.
So Kimi
but
in,
as you said there, Imi Alonso into first place, track position. He's on 5 laps hard. He is obviously not going to be pitting because of the hards that he fitted early on in the race. So, yeah, let's see what he can do, the stability that he can bring off the start, because he's going to have a few quick drivers behind him and Carter Boy.
And do you think those particular tires are actually going to maintain that at the moment?
I think if you're talking hards versus mediums, I don't see why not Kimi, Weza, Fox Limitless, all of those guys can't pass Imi and Carter Boy. I think the hards at this stage of the race, they are not going to be as effective as the mediums, but you know, anything can happen, and I think these are all top class drivers. And anything can happen. They just need to defend hard and try and maintain that position. Very interesting looking field running down. We have a McLaren in first, followed by a Rocket Williams. In third, we have a Racing Point, followed by a Haas. I'm not too sure that's Grosjean's car, because if it was Grosjean's car, I don't think it would even be on the track anymore. It probably would have crashed in the beginning. We have a Toro Rosso sitting in fifth, followed by another Merc in Jose. Jose seems to have a lot of pace tonight. Then followed by the Ferrari, the Red Bull, the Renault, another Haas, another McLaren, a Renault, and Gavin sitting in last in his Red Bull. We should have one more lap on the safety car, and then we can see a restart.
Yeah, so basically, let's have a look what's actually going to take place here, because Emi Alonso there, he's sort of got himself right up on those hard compounds. He didn't have to pit. He's now right up behind the safety car. We've got Carter Boy 45 there, not Kimi 7 in third position. And it's all going to go down now. We're going to see as soon as that safety car goes in, there's going to be one jolt to get themselves out there. So let's see what happens.
Traction out of turn 19 is going to be very important for Emmy and for Cotterboy. They want to create the biggest gap they can behind them so that not Kimmy and the rest of the guys on these fresh mediums can't get the jump on them. I think if Emmy and Cotterboy can work smartly together, we might see 1 and 2 position. They might change, but maybe Kimmy might stay in at third, at least for the better part of the first lap.
Yeah, I think the anticipation now is to watch that safety car going in, and then obviously from there, what is going to be the strategy going forward for these guys? Because you can see now they're already getting ready to pounce as soon as that safety car goes in. And let's see what Emmy Alonso does now. Does he hold the pack back in anticipation to see the safety car going in? I haven't seen the sign telling us that the safety car is going in as yet. 9 laps of this 27 lap race already completed, and then it's all going to be down to the next couple of seconds as we're coming through this section.
I think it's a no-brainer for Emmy Alonso to back the pack up and to cause a little bit of frustration for the guys. You know, ideally he wants to unsettle the guys behind them, make sure he can maybe force someone into an error based on cold tires or a lapse of concentration. But I think this starts off the safety car. I think the safety car will probably be going in this lap, but I think this is very important for Emmy and for Cotterboy. So I'm going to ride on board with Not Kimmy, because I think Not Kimmy is going to have an excellent jump on Cotterboy here. But hopefully Emmy can keep his position. But as you can see now, the safety car going in, we're going to get prepared to start racing again.
Yeah, so there's no hold up at the moment. I don't see Alonso holding them up. So Emmy Alonso not holding them up. Now we're going to see it. He's going to definitely make the jump on Cotterboy now. He definitely will do that. Not Kimmy going in, keeping it tight as he's going through there. He's going to be looking for that braking point. And this is what happens sometimes, different braking points for different people. And there you go, nicely done as he goes on the inside. Let's just get a little bit of a backward view on that with Weather ZA, just to see where we are there.
Boom, Not Kimmy on the inside of Cotterboy 45. Good
and
move.
That it was a good move. It was a good move, and thank goodness I was on Weather ZA there. Oh, Weather ZA obviously coming up very closely, looking for a gap there as well. But it looks as though Emmy Alonso is really getting himself into a position where he's getting more and more distance on Not Kimmy, and that could have been held up by Cotterboy 45 at the moment. But let's see where it all ends up. Just pushing you back out to see where we are, and I'm gonna go up just to see. Carry
Vino
on.
Vino having a small little moment there, but it looks like he's settled down. He settled down behind Gavpig, and there he goes on the inside of Gavpig. Let's see if he can get this move done.
Yeah, one of the Natal boys. So he's definitely doing Natal proud at the moment, Vino, for real.
Looking further up the field, if we go on board with Jose, 3/10 behind Weza, I think into turn 1 here, Weza's going to be a sitting duck, but let's see what happens. Jose with a mega exit out of turn 19 onto the straight. Let's see what he can do. Riding alongside Weza right now. Jose leaving lots of space, leaving the braking very late, locking up.
Yeah, I just jumped to him now. Here we go.
Weza coming back at him, very much tucked in the slipstream. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, I've got a very astute gentleman asking me where in South Africa is your racing academy. There is no racing academy, but the online racing academy, my good man. So don't care. I don't know what you're asking, but I mean, obviously, if you're asking about the South African online academy, we've been racing since 2014. But officially on YouTube probably from about 2017. We did do
Raider coming up to the back of Fox Limitless right now. Dives on the inside. What a move, late braking. What a move by Raider up into 5th place. Absolutely laying down the gauntlet. Just trying to remind everyone why he's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, resident in the UK, and I can tell you what, he's done exceptionally well here on the South African Academy Online Racing. Really done well. And, you know, this is his 3rd championship with us. So, yeah, it's always a great privilege to have him with us. And really makes it quite entertaining for all of us to watch. Not taking anything away from any of the other drivers. But, yeah, it's nice to see him back with us in the Renault for the season.
Just a quick update on Not Kimi sitting in 2nd, 5/10 behind Imi. He's slowly gaining. I think currently they both look like they have equal pace, but currently Kimi has an advantage, obviously running on those mediums, which is going to serve him very well for the beginning part of this fight. But let's see what Imi Alonso can do. There we go. Not Kimi getting a 3-second time penalty. Obviously with the track of Russia, curbs are very unforgiving if you don't get them right. So obviously penalties are going to be a factor tonight. But as you can see, Not Kimi in the DRS zone of Imi Alonso, slowly gaining.
Yeah,
I know we missed it.
Yep.
I know we missed it, but DKP made an exceptional move on Springbok Gamer to bring him up to 11th. He's also sitting on 7-lap-old mediums,
which I'm sure he's going to take care of pretty damn soon. Yeah, we've obviously got somebody on the stream who just wants to cause a little bit of nonsense. Don't care. Yeah, I actually don't care either, my good man. And if you continue, I will actually kick you. I don't care either, my good man. So if it is too complicated for you as well, you know, let's just give you a lovely little time out there.
What did he say?
He's just full of nonsense, you know. I mean, come on, we're just enjoying ourselves, having a bit of fun, and he's just coming up with all sorts of nonsense, you know what I mean? Really.
Not Kimi putting on a lot of pressure. Alonso, oh, Carter Boy. Virtual safety car. Carter Boy looks like
Carter Boy's out. He's out. So here we go now. This is going to be a real strategy changer coming up now, because now it means that Not Kimi's going to come right up back to Emma Alonso at the moment. And
just to answer one of the guys, Tebs 007, he says guys on the mediums will take the guys on the hards as they have faster, fresher tires. In theory, that is true, but it depends on the driver. You know, some people are very good on those hard tires. As you can see, Imi Alonso doing a great job. You know, Not Kimi, obviously a fast driver, but Imi Alonso on 10 lap old hards. You know, they're in their optimal phase right now, but to keep a 5/10 gap to a fast driver like Not Kimi is a very impressive stat.
Yeah, let's not take anything away from Emi Alonso. You know, I think Tebs has just mentioned that obviously he's maintaining that pace, and you're damn right he is. He's maintaining those
passes. If we go on board with Not Kimi right now, he's getting very close to Alonso. He's going to switch to the outside. Oh, under braking. Outbrakes him himself a little bit.
But wide
returns
there.
Back to the track safely.
Yep.
But that allows Imi through.
And there you go.
Able to make the move down there.
Yeah, he's come back. You see, this is exactly, I think, what Tebs is mentioning. You know, this guy's got hard compound tires. He's keeping up with the pace. He's 11 laps in, and he's really showing some great driving ability. I think Kimi a little bit pushed there, went a little bit wide, lost it a little bit. But definitely Emi Alonso came back very nicely there, so I couldn't agree more. Whoa, a little bit of a loss and a lass there. Almost losing it there, Not Kimi.
Which is definitely going to allow Jose to get some confidence.
Yep, Jose's right there.
just venturing down the field, we have Nismax putting on a lot of pressure for Vino. Vino running a little bit wide on 2 separate occasions. Not Kimmy, what happened to not big fights here?
Yeah, big fights going on, and you can see that's given Jose an opportunity to get through now, because it was slightly and a little bit going there, but nicely done by Jose coming through there. He's done an exceptional job to get himself through. Obviously now safety car out. So in lap 14 now, we have the safety car out again. And I mean, this might be breaking all history records of the amount of times.
Safety car.
Yep, it is the virtual safety car. So virtual safety car, we've had the virtual safety car out now twice, and I think 3 times on the normal one, yeah, on the safety car. So, not that I'm counting.
I think this has brought a very interesting and unique tale to this race. We have Emi Alonso doing some exceptional defensive driving, and we have 4 very, very fast drivers sitting behind, looking to see what they can take advantage of. As you can see, racing has commenced. Not Kimmy following quite close behind Jose, and we have Neureder right on the back of Not Kimmy, looking to make his move as early as he can so that he can start catching the likes of Jose and Alonso.
So I've gone on board with Neureder now just to see where he is after Not Kimmy, just to see where he's going to look for that opportunity. And it's also giving us the opportunity to look at all 4 of these drivers at the moment. And it looks as though Neureder is going to go
with a superb exit there.
Yep, and it looks as though he's going to keep in tight. It looks as though he's gone wide. Emi's gone wide.
Emi goes wide and returns to the track quite abruptly. Neureder was lucky not to get tangled up in there. But Jose now up into first. Not Kimmy looking at the back of Neureder. And Emi's obviously going to keep very, very close behind these drivers. But right now, the guys on the mediums have been released. So let's watch the pace naturally ramp up.
So now, as you can see, Jose is leading this Formula One Russian Grand Prix. This is season 8.
Not Kimmy on the inside of Neureder, but lands up making contact.
Oh, there is a little bit of contact happening there. This has obviously pushed him back slightly at the moment. Just to have a look, there is no damage there. No, there is no damage. There might be just a bit of a warning.
I just want to point out there that Neureder landed up getting a 3-second time penalty for getting pushed off the track, which I don't necessarily agree with. I was watching that and he got nudged off the track and landed up taking a 3-second time penalty. So, Codemasters, if you're watching this, you better sort your game out.
Yeah, sometimes it's always very, very difficult as the race organizer to decide whether to put that strict on or just leave it as regular. Obviously, they're not as strict. So the choice is actually made by the race director, and it's obviously just to prevent those eager beavers who are taking advantage of corners that we do that.
Just riding on board now with Weza SA in the house. He's obviously sitting on 8 lap-hold mediums, and he's trailing Emi Alonso. He's within DRS. Emi Alonso immediately goes to the right to cover him off. Emi's very smart with breaking the toe. You know, he's not making double moves. He's doing everything within his rights, and there goes Weza. He looked to the outside there, but there was no space, but he's close. He's following close. Emi goes to the right-hand side, covers the inside line. Weza on the outside. Let's see what he can do here. He decides to go for the switchback to optimize his exit, but doesn't land up getting the exit that he wants. Ooh! Weza slightly into the back of Emi Alonso, but lands up not getting too much damage. And then he sweeps up on the inside and takes 3rd place. Weza SA up into 3rd, Neureder 2nd, Jose 1st.
So Kimmy's gone in now to the pits. He's changed. He's on the medium still. He's going to come back. I'm telling you now, we're down to 11 races, 11
Kimi Alonso
drivers. I
fighting
see
back
it,
on Wesley, goes around the outside.
but the inside taken back now on those mediums. On board with Weza ZSA. What
Kimi
the?
Alonso lands up outbraking himself. Just a costly error there. Drops him down to 7th. He might have to go into the pits to replace that front wing. This might be a good opportunity for him to get onto a softer tire.
He's going into the pits as we speak now, just to see if he can get his setup going. And I think maybe that advice from the commentary box might be taken. Let's see what he does. Does he go in and do the whole front nose cone? Yes, that's coming up. But what tires is he going to be putting on? He's gone for the super softs, it looks like it. Yes, he has. He's gone for the super softs.
Yes, he did opt for the soft tire there. To make the tire stretch 9 laps, it's definitely doable. And in conditions right now, it is. You might see a drop in pace towards the end of the race, but I think if you can nurse it with the sort of pace that he had leading that race, I think the soft tire was a good choice for him. I would have probably done the same thing. But just to go back up to 2nd place, Neuraider putting exceptional pressure on Jose. Both very, very fast and ferocious drivers, but Neuraider very much looking to overtake Jose. He's got a good run down here. A little bit too far back, but he's going to be looking to take that first position into turn 1. And as we speak of that, Nizmax is just passed by DKP and Fox Limitless. But Nizmax going around, trying to go around the outside, but unfortunately loses the front end of the car. DKP also with a little bit of instability there. But riding on board with Noi Raider, he's 2/10 behind Jose. We're gonna see him pull a move into turn 1 here. Jose straight onto the inside line, weaving a little bit. But Noi Raider with DRS, let's see where he can go. 330 k's an hour. Let's go onto the inside line. And as we say that, DKP on the inside of Fox Limitless, what a move. Weza gets a 3-second time penalty, going a little bit wide there. But Fox Limitless following very, very close to DKP. And don't give up on Jose. Jose is also following very close behind Norraider. And if he can stay within the DRS range, I think he has a good chance of taking first place back. Let me tell you, that overtake by DKP was superb, but the ability for Weza SA to stay on the outside there and to try and capitalize on some sort of mistake from Diki, that was excellent racing, but Diki landed up going through into third place. Fox Limitless also looking to the rear of Weza now, getting a superb exit here. Ooh, a little bit of contact between Weza and Fox Limitless. That allows Nizmax to go sweeping through. allows him to chase Weza, but Nizmak goes a little bit wide and is not able to take the place. Let's just not take our eyes off Nizmax here. I think Nizmax is going to have a very, very good chance of getting Weza into this. But knowing Weza is a very, very strong defensive driver. So let's see what he can do here. Nizmax looking very stable through the corners. I wonder what setup he's sort of running. I know he's very, very into setting up his car to his taste. And usually his setups are quite good. But as you can see, Weza staying on the racing line. But Nizmax sweeping on the inside, under braking. Nizmax takes the inside line, leaves a little bit of room on the left-hand side for Weza. Weza's still on the inside, but Nizmax fighting hard on the outside.
Yeah, just going to move back just to see what's happening between these.
Action.
Yep.
Side-by-side action. Absolutely superb racing, but Nizmax lands up getting the job done.
So two teammates directly behind now Nizmax. The two horses looking to fight back and see if they can reclaim that position, that fourth position. And you can see now obviously a great view from the helicopter watching these drivers coming in as we move up now into this area here. It looks as though that Zadi's gone past Weza at the moment. I don't know if there's a problem with that car, but obviously he's holding it all together, as you can see now.
Yeah,
Nizmax.
I can actually see some front end damage on Weza's car. He's got an end plate that's missing, which caused a little bit of snap oversteer on the exit of that corner. So obviously not something that he can control, but let's see if he's going to go into the pits. No, he isn't. It looks like he's going to continue racing.
Yeah, he's going to stay out. You can see obviously that fin on the right side is a little bit buckled and missing. So let's see what he does now as he's coming through. He's going to continue racing because I don't think he wants to give up that position. So as I mentioned, guys, lap number 22 of this 27 lap race done. Thank you for, once again, the guys that are on the stream. Thanks for all the support. You guys are awesome. And we really appreciate you guys supporting the South African Online Academy. And it's always great to have you with us. And a special thanks to Connor, who joined us in the commentary box. I normally have to do this on my own. I do extend an invitation to the guys who, if there is somebody out there that wants to join us, because Connor's not going to always be here, even though he's done an excellent job this evening, really. I'm sure you'll give him a thumbs up on the stream as well. But obviously there is an invitation to the guys out there. If you want to join us in the commentary box, if you've got the game, you're very welcome to. It's always good to have a couple of different voices in the commentary box as well.
Sorry, just to direct your attention to Jose, I think Noireda might be experiencing a little bit of drop in his tires. He's making a few uncharacteristic mistakes, but which has allowed Jose to follow him quite closely. Jose still has DRS, but Noireda landed up getting a good exit, so let's watch this one unfold. We got 4 laps left, and we got 2 drivers who are very, very hungry for a win.
Yeah, I think Connor as well. Jose 15 laps as well as Noireda. I mean, they both got the same amount of laps. Dinky's got 18 laps. He's 11 seconds behind. But I think, as you mentioned, these 2 drivers at the moment really pushing these F1 cars to the limit, and also the tires at the moment. I think that's quite clear by the way these guys are driving at the moment. And you can see now Jose pulling back slightly. I think he's being affected by that tire wear now.
What I've noticed about Noireda as a racer, as a driver, and sort of just a person, because I've obviously had a lot of time interacting with him, he's got a very cool head, and he does not buckle under pressure. So when he knows he's making mistakes, he's usually very good at pulling himself back and centering himself and just knuckling down and putting on some spectacles of laps.
And I think that's what is required during this last 4 laps, is obviously a cool head, and obviously really ensuring that that car stays on the black at the moment, because that's where it needs to be, on the tarmac, on the asphalt, and obviously getting as much grip. He's got to stay away from those curbs at the moment, especially with those tires as they are, as we go on board with him now.
With, the man in fifth, Zardi 44, 5/10 behind Nesmax.
Yeah, I think let's do that, because here we are right now going on board with Zardi. He's got DRS, but I don't know if he's going to be able to match the pace of Nesmax. Let's see what happens at the braking point. Normally it's at the 50 mark. There's the 50 mark as they tuck in now tightly, a little bit on the curb, but he's still maintaining his way around this track this evening and holding on. Does he get into that 4th position? There he's tightly trying to tuck himself in on the inside. As you can see, Nesmax knows he's there. He actually knows it. And here we go now. Does he pull back a little bit? Yes, he does. I'm just going to go out a little bit. As you can see them coming around now. It's pretty close as that Haas is trying to take on that Red Bull. And I'm sure that Nesmax is fully aware as he goes in on the inside. A bit of a slide from Nesmax at the moment. He's gone a little bit wide, but he's still holding it together. 16 laps done on those mediums at the moment.
And there Zardi looks to the inside line with DRS. He makes it smooth sailing and passes Nesmax.
And there you go. He's actually now come in quite nicely as Zardi now takes on Nesmax, coming through there. And well said there, Connor. You picked it up nicely. 25 laps done of this 27 lap race. Norraider currently leading 2 seconds or 3 seconds, almost 2.5 seconds behind is Jose now, as we are looking down towards Zardi, who's just taken Nesmax. Let's have a look. Weza, he's damaged his wing. I don't think he hasn't gone in to repair it, so he's going to just maintain that 6th position overall. And it looks as though Nesmax has come through now. Offers the look for that opportunity as well, as you can see now on the inside as he comes through. I'm just going to go down to Zardi. We're going to go on board with him now and just watch what actually takes place. Oh, it is so close, but some really great driving from both these drivers. Some respect being shown by both of them, and obviously that opportunity being looked at to see if he can get past.
Absolutely superb driving by Nesmax and Zardi 44. It's actually quite nice to see the racing from this angle for once. You can actually see how good the guys are, how confident they are on the brakes. Also towards the back of the pack, we have 9th Imi Alonso, obviously a great start to the race, leading the race at one point. But he's on fresher softs now behind Not Kimi. He's going to be looking to, on these final 2 laps, looking to get into the top 10. Yes. Having raced with Imi Alonso before, he's very hungry, he's very fast, raw pace, and I think he's one of those drivers that's learning a lot, you know, like all of us, of course. But I think when a driver like him sort of improves their game, they become excellent, you know. Having a very close battle here between Not Kimi and Emi Alonso. Alonso looking to the outside, but obviously not enough space. But he will have DRS on Not Kimi here. Let's see what he can do with this. Not Kimi obviously is going to want to defend. He goes to the inside line. Emi Alonso round the outside. Let's see if he can get it done under braking. He leaves ample space for Not Kimi and he gets the move done. Well done, Emi. That was a good move. Good move, my friend. Let's go back on board to 5th. Zardi 44 coming very close to Nizmax here. Let's see what he can do into turn 1. He goes onto the inside, under braking, no lockup. Perfect, gets a superb exit. Let's see if Nizmax can fight him back here. Last lap battle, people urging to get better results here. So let's see how hungry everyone is. Nizmax following very close behind Zardi. I think we saw a lot of penalties there, Derek. A lot of penalties. That grid looked very, very different as they crossed the line. But let me just put that out there. I think Noireda with an excellent job today. Starting in a not so favorable position, he landed up capitalizing and showing his true pace. Jose obviously close second. He obviously drove a phenomenal race. And Nizmax fighting hard and getting lucky with the penalties there, but a good consistent race from him, which gives him the 3rd spot on the podium for Red Bull.
Yeah, so
excellent race.
So as I said there, we were looking at the 2 Reynolds on top of the podium there, but obviously with the time penalties and everything moving, it did change a heck of a lot. And as you can see there, the final results, Noireda, he is basically the champion here in Russia. Then we have Jose, he's taken 2nd, Nizmax 3rd, Zardi into 4th, Dinky into 5th, Weza into 6th, and then Emi Alonso, he's into 7th, Vino for real, he's into 8th, 9th is Not Kimi 7, Springbok Gamer 10th position. And guys, that's it. You can see the penalties on the side there, huge and large they were, and this is obviously done.
Yeah, I think driver of the day, we can safely say that DTP put on a very, very good show. Coming from 15th on the grid, he landed up having a very, very exceptional race. He was hard done by there at the end with penalties, but he put on a good show. Also want to commend the 2 Haas drivers, Weza and Zardi. Zardi
had the penalty as well, so he wasn't able to qualify, and I must say he did exceptionally well as well. My pick of driver of the day is probably Zardi 44, coming back from there as well as Dinky. They really showed some muscle coming through. Connor, it's been excellent having you in the box with us. I hope that you get your side sorted out so we can see you back on the track. But it's been an absolute pleasure being in the commentary box with you this evening. Thank you very much. And to all of those that were watching via the stream, once again, thank you very much for the support. And it's great to have you with us. And thank you for all the support that you guys give us. We'll see you. We'll see you next time, which is next Monday, where we'll be taking on, I think it's Britain. If I'm not mistaken, I think Britain is up. So the guys that are resident in the UK, such as Norrada, I think he's going to be licking his lips. But yeah, let's see what happens. Great stuff. Great driving. Thanks for coming.
Absolutely great race, and thank you for having me. It's been good.
Absolute pleasure.
See you next week.
We'll see you next time on the South African Academy Online Racing. It's been a pleasure bringing you the best of the best. We'll see you next time. We're out.
Take care. Keep it groovy.